Hello, and welcome to another marvelous video. Hello, fellow comic buffs. Ever daydreamed about what would go down if Thor, the thunder-cracking deity from Asgard, squared off against Conan the Barbarian, the untamed savage from Hyboria? Well, strap yourselves in, cause we're about to hurl headfirst into this epic face-off in today's video, straight out of Marvel's legendary What If comic series from the 70s. Oh, you know What If, right? It's where the giant bald big brother known as the Watcher spills the beans on wild stories from some lost civilization or timeline. Issue 39 of the What If series throws our beloved Norse superhero into the ring with none other than Conan himself. It's a dream crossover event where the god of thunder meets the legendary Barbarian in a clash that'll shake the very foundations of the comic book universe. So I guess the only thing left to do is buckle up, nerds, because we're about to embark on a journey you won't forget anytime soon. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Hammer and sword, Thor and Conan in a battle for the ages. The issue kicks off with the Watcher doing his usual thing, being all mysterious and narrating stuff. You know the drill. He gives us the lowdown on the What If series, talking about ancient annals and time-lost civilizations and blah blah blah. But hold on to your hats, folks, because in this particular case, the big deal he's dropping is Thor and Conan going head-to-head. I mean, come on. Sometimes I swear the Watcher's just making stuff up to entertain himself. But hey, we're not complaining. So according to our big bald buddy, he once caught Thor in action, battling it out with those massive storm giants of Jotunheim. After wiping the floor with those baddies, Thor decides to follow the leader with his half-brother Loki, winding up in this crazy maze of tunnels. Now, if you're a true comic aficionado and you've laid eyes on Thor Annual Issue 8 from 79, you'd know that Thor and Loki ended up smack dab in the middle of the Trojan War. But hey, since this is a what-if scenario, Thor must have taken a wrong turn at Albuquerque because he lands himself in ancient Hyboria, totally clueless and stripped of his godly powers and memories. The son of Odin finds himself in a real pickle. No memory, no clue about his past, not even a name to call his own. It's like he's been hit with a reset button, leaving him wandering around ancient Hyboria like a lost puppy. After figuring out he's landed in Corinthia, this wild, untamed chunk of the Hyborian age, things start heating up quickly. Corinthia, with its brutal terrain, thick forests, and scattered settlements, is like the Wild West on steroids. Pretty soon, Thor stumbles upon the man, the myth, and the legend, Conan the Barbarian. And here's where the plot takes a detour into a misunderstanding city. Conan, thinking Thor's some ace or hotshot, doesn't waste any time before sparks start flying, and bam! Battle mode engaged. Talk about diving headfirst into the good stuff. The promised showdown? Boom! It's on within the first few pages. Marvel, you're spoiling us already. Thor, barely scraping by with his limited powers and amnesia, still manages to cling to his no-kill policy by instinct, and as a result, he may be going soft against Conan. That's some serious dedication to the superhero rulebook, folks. Meanwhile, Conan's going all out, giving it everything he's got, and nearly taking Thor down in the process. Of course, the Barbarian's living up to his name, and then some. But just when it looks like Conan's about to claim victory, Thor's like, "Nuh-uh, not today," and busts out the ultimate move, the suplex to end all suplexes. After getting hit with the Thor special, Conan finally sees the light and realizes he's messing with a powerhouse of a god. So what's a Barbarian to do? He graciously concedes defeat and offers up his respect to Thor, turning what could have been a bitter feud into a buddy-buddy alliance. And just like that, folks, the feud fizzles out quicker than a damp firecracker. Short-lived indeed. Their little tete-a-tete was like something out of a Shakespearean comedy. We're talking about a conversation that'd make even the most seasoned linguist scratch their head in confusion. It's like they were speaking their own unique dialect, with Thor dropping these and thous like they're going out of style, while Conan's throwing in some good old barbarian slang for good measure. But hey, who needs English when you're busy clobbering each other senseless? After their impromptu bonding session, Conan and Thor find themselves on a quest to pilfer some goodies from a temple. Hey, a warrior's gotta eat, right? So, with their bellies full and their tankards refilled, Conan starts spilling the beans about Crom, the big kahuna deity that he and his fellow Cimmerians worship. We're talking about storms, death, and eternity all rolled into one brooding package. Now, hearing about Crom piques Thor's interest, because he's got this gut feeling that meeting the big guy could hold the key to unlocking his past and figuring out who the heck he really is. But Conan was originally gunning for a showdown with Thoth Amon, the Dark Mage, but he's got a soft spot for his newfound buddy, so he's all in to lend a hand with Thor's quest instead. The next stop on the adventure train? Cimmeria, baby. Home sweet home for Conan, but a bit of a struggle for Thor, with that pesky mountain standing in the way of him meeting Crom. This mountain's so darn difficult to climb that even Conan has to throw in the towel after accompanying Thor for a little bit. But Thor? Oh no, he's not one to back down from a challenge. He's all like, hold my mead, I got this, and proceeds to tackle that mountain as if it's no big deal. And guess what? He actually makes it to the top, where he comes face to face with the man himself, Crom, the god of gloom and doom. Crom does manage to make Thor remember everything about his past and his identity, but Crom's got a really bad case of being a jerk, and instead of lending a hand to Thor in sending him back home, he just tosses Thor's hammer into the next zip code. What a rough welcome. And so our dynamic duo embarks on the quest to retrieve Thor's trusty hammer, Mjolnir, unaware of the chaos brewing in the background. Little do they know, Thoth Amon has already gotten his grubby hands on the hammer and is wreaking havoc left, right, and center, using its power to bend the elements to his will. This leads to a leadership change as the current ruler gives up his seat for the mighty Thoth Amon. With Hyboria in turmoil and its people cowering under the rule of the newly crowned Dark Mage, our heroes make their daring entrance into the castle. Meanwhile, Thoth Amon's cooking up a sinister plot involving a human sacrifice that'll grant him even more power. But fear not, for Thor and Conan aren't about to let some power-hungry sorcerer ruin their day. With swords drawn and muscles flexed, they charge into battle just in the nick of time, in order to stop Thoth Amon's nefarious plans before it's too late. After dealing with the guards, Thor and Conan break into the throne room. Inside, Thoth Amon unleashes a bunch of snake men. Conan decides to take them on alone, while Thor goes head-to-head with the evil sorcerer and tries to reclaim his hammer. In the heat of the showdown, Thor and Thoth Amon find themselves locked in a struggle for control over Mjolnir. And then, bam! Lightning strikes, turning Thoth Amon into nothing but dust and leaving Thor on the brink of oblivion. His powers drained, and it's time running out. But don't worry, for Thor's final act is one of selflessness and sacrifice. He entrusts Mjolnir to Conan, urging him to return it to Crom as a sign of peace and a warning to future deities to be friendly. And with that, Thor takes his leave, leaving behind a legacy of bravery and heroism. As for Conan, well, the Watcher ain't spilling the beans on what happens next. But let's just say that with Mjolnir in hand and the power of a god within reach, our favorite barbarian might just be in for the adventure of a lifetime. Crom had it coming indeed. Marvelous verdict. And there you have it, folks. The epic saga of Thor and Conan wrapped up tighter than a villain in Spider-Man's web. The comic's title kinda throws you off. Yeah, Thor and Conan duke it out for a bit, but then they're like, nah, let's team up instead. However, that doesn't dampen the excitement this comic brings to the table. Whether it's battling dark sorcery, facing down mighty foes, or just sharing a tankard of ale and a good laugh, Thor and Conan have proven that friendship and bravery know no bounds. Until next time, nerds, keep those comic books close and your imagination wild. And remember, when in doubt, just ask yourself, what would Thor and Conan do? What was your favorite part of the story? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked the video, remember to hit that like button and share this video with all your buddies. I'll see you in the next one.